The government of Zimbabwe, through the Ministry of Local Government, Public Works and National Housing, in conjunction with Karoi Town Council and Youth Corp, presents Karoi Renewal project. Karoi became a designated area in 1945, mainly for white war veterans who obtained government assistance to embark on farming. Thus, the occupation of commercial farms between 1946 and 1952 led to the establishment of Karoi, initially as a service center to act as fixed focal for distribution of farm inputs and as a collection center for agricultural produce. Responding to the demands for increasing agricultural activities in the surrounding areas, Karoi grew steadily and was upgraded to a town status in 1991. Karoi Town Council is a local authority situated in Mashonaland West Province, central northern Zimbabwe. It is located approximately 85 kilometers by road northwest of Karoi. The name Karoi is derived from a Shona word Karoi, which means little witch. It is said in folklore that witches who were accused of being involved in sorcery were thrown into a river about 9 kilometers out of town. The river then came to be called Karoi, or Little Witch, and eventually the name mutated to Karoi. Objectives of the project: provision of affordable, modern, and sustainable built-up environment for Karoi residents through the following: provision of a healthy and clean environment, provision of affordable and sustainable accommodation for Karoi residents, provision of standardized vending stores and shopping workshops, provision of sewer and water reticulation, upgrading of Chikangwe Stadium to be a multi-sporting facility. First phase of the project. The first phase of the project will include construction of Chiedza flats, which will accommodate approximately 500 tenants and permanent households who are going to be moved from stands in Chikangwe that have no access to service roads. This establishment will promote proper land use, doing away with urban refuse dumping. The project will also include construction of Chikangwe Shopping Mall, which will accommodate vendors, retailers, and flea markets. This development will create employment and even provide shopping convenience. The Karoi Renewal project will also encompass infrastructural development and rehabilitation of Chikangwe bus terminus. This will see the terminus become more decluttered, secure, and more controlled in terms of traffic. The Chikangwe CBD roads will also be enormously upgraded. On the same note, through this renewal project, Karoi Town Council intends to establish an international bus terminus to accommodate international buses. The colonial CBD setup had not envisioned a rise in traffic volumes, thus parking spaces become a nightmare to this crucial forex supply route. The project will also give rise to a construction of standardized vending stores in Chikangwe, Chiedza, and near town cemetery to accommodate vendors. It will also give rise to the construction of a fresh vegetable market behind Gain Supermarket. This will help in decongesting the town and will also provide a systematic platform to register vendors. This will see the markets become more hygienic and more secure. The project will also give rise to construction of a civic center. Karoi district has no government complex to accommodate all the various government departments working within Karoi. The concept one-stop center and ease of doing business is yet to be implemented like other local authorities like Chegutu, Chinoi, Masvingo, among others. Through this project, Karoi Town Council intends to establish a modern civic center which will accommodate all other government ministries. Phase 2 of the project. Since Karoi is largely agrarian, refurbishment of fresh vegetable markets such as Chikangwe Old Sellers Market, Chikangwe Rank Market, Kutepa Market, Water Market will be our primary priority. To a passerby, The current town markets does not give a good outlook, especially the town cemetery market and the one adjacent to TM supermarket. Through this project, these markets will be relocated to a newly constructed vegetable market behind Gain supermarket. Thus, this renewal project will help create a clean environment and reduce illegal vending as well as illegal dumping of refuse. Since 3/4 of Karoi residents rely on vending and small to medium enterprises, this renewal project will also give rise to employment, thereby improving the living standards of Karoi residents. The project will also encompass renovation and rehabilitation of old kiosks in Chikangwe once the tenants are relocated to the new shopping complex. Still on refurbishment and rehabilitation, the project will also encompass the rehabilitation of factory shelves at Water Shopping Center to accommodate carpentry and welding and other small to medium enterprises, thereby creating employment for Karoi residents and reducing crime rate. Through the renewal project, Karoi Town Council also intends to renovate the Sala's Flea Market in Chikangwe to make it a better business entity. The Sala's Flea Market was established in the late 1980s to house mainly Zambians who traded second-hand clothing. The idea is to establish a story building and create a section where bulk sales are conducted to licensed hawkers who later shall resell to the general public. Karoi Town Council also intends to revamp Chikangwe Stadium to a modern sporting facility that will accommodate different sporting disciplines such as netball, tennis, basketball, volleyball, among others. Third phase of the project. Water, sanitation and hygiene are the most challenging issues in most local authorities. At the moment, Karoi and Brooklyn dams are supplying water to the town. However, the net capacity of the two dams are not meeting the demands of the residents. Thus, through the renewal project, Karoi Town Council is aiming to construct a bigger dam along Mami River to meet residents' demand, which in turn will also increase its revenue base. Sewer reticulation is one of the vital services offered by local authorities. Sewer lines in Karoi Town are now old, giving rise to sewer beds, which are a menace especially during the rain season. In some areas, there are no sewer lines. 605 stands or household properties, which were established through self-aided scheme in the early 2000s, will be provided with sewer services through the renewal project. Westyville is one of Karoi Town Council's medium-density suburb located in southwest of the CBD. It has approximately 595 stands installed with individual sewer connection which are not connected to Chikangwe Water waste stabilization ponds. Thus, the renewal project will connect these stands to the stabilization ponds. The renewal project will also create sewer lines for the CBD extension with a total of 145 commercial stands.